August 7th, 2012. Quick update of my pumpkin patch here. And so far, the pumpkin patch is doing really well. And one of the reasons I think that is because, and I always say that, and you guys know if you've seen my previous videos and my old journal updates from like a year, 2 years ago, that pumpkins are nearly impossible, at least very difficult to grow here in Florida, because of the high heat and humidity, at least being one of the problems. But this year what's been happening is in the morning, except for this morning, the sun comes out and it's bright and blaring hot and dry, and the pumpkin plants wilt, which is normal for them to do, they're okay. But then in the evening you get, we've been getting rain every day in the evening and sometimes at night. And that really helps to cool things off. And I think that that's the reason why this year the garden has done better than all the previous years I've been doing, because the rain helps, well, cool things down a little bit. It's really humid and muggy right now. But few things, the garden's still so close to finishing. I can't seem to finish this final row here. But one I'm gonna plan to do is I'm tearing out the ivy gourd. It's a waste of time. It's only producing female flowers. I don't know why, and at this point, this late in the year, I don't care. I want to use that bucket to grow something that I want. Maybe gourds, maybe something else, I don't know yet. And originally, and once I make this last row, it's going to be 4 holes like the ones here. I'm thinking that maybe I'll do you know, the hard-shelled gourds. But I'm also considering maybe doing watermelons. So the watermelon out front is doing okay. It's gotten so weeded, it's hard for me to keep up with everything, so having a big yard like this. And with all the physical problems that I have, and I'm basically by myself doing this. But yeah, the watermelon, I know they have potential because they do grow down here in Florida. But they need to be with no weeds and lots of sunshine and lots of room to grow. So those areas back there that aren't doing well, head back there. This is a, yeah, the Hubbard squash. Remember I said that they weren't doing anything. Well, 2 of them died and that one's hanging in there, and I don't really expect it. This was planted at the same time as all the others, and as you see how those 2 rows are doing, this is nowhere near that. So this is a waste of time. I'm going to plant something here. I'm considering maybe watermelons. And the other problem that's already starting to show is with these Seminal pumpkins, which I think is really ironic because the Seminals are supposed to be tropical native pumpkins. There's the seed I replaced, which may have been pointless to replace it. On this plant you can really see it's already starting to get powdery mildew, and the powdery mildew is the worst thing down here. Now the leaves are normally have these white veins like this leaf here. That's normal, that's what a healthy one looks like, but you can see this one looks like it has a chalk on it, and it's spreading out way beyond the veins. And this new, that's a baby pumpkin, it's really tiny. That one is not doing well. So I have a big one over here that's come further along, and this leaf is really healthy. But this one is already getting the white stuff all over it. And I already sprayed these plants today, but I don't think it'll help. I mean, once they get it, it's pretty much over. And I don't want them to infest my other plants because I haven't noticed powdery mildew on any of the other plants. So I may just, I hate to do it, I may have to pull these out even though these are big and actually doing well. And the other new thing you guys see is that I've got a few cages out. These are my Fragrant Melons. And, well, that one may have fallen over because of the rain. But that little one right there, something chewed it. Not good. When they're this young, when they first come out, they're really, really vulnerable. And I finally had that third Atlantic giant come up right here. And I have to get a cage for that. And I cage these guys because they've got a new one. And but what really upset me was this hole here. These are the hard-shelled gourds. Hard-shelled gourds take much longer than pumpkins to come up. And you can see there's a snapped stem right there. And there's the seed head, the seed that was going to turn into a plant. I think big, fat, clumsy chicken must have stepped on this. So even my own pets are helping to screw up the garden. And just whatever animals might come in here at night, you know, even neighbors' cats or something might just inadvertently step on things. So I'm going to have to put little cages like this, at least until we can keep the critters out. Once they get to about that size, they're pretty safe. So unfortunately I'm going to have to make some little cages, and I need to stake these down because I already foresee the wind blowing these over and smashing the plants. That's a Connecticut field that came up. The cacti pumpkin and the fragrant melon has yet to come up. Hopefully they will. And the other possibility I'm thinking of doing in this row is just maybe not even do cucurbits. Maybe do a few sunflowers, maybe behind that fence as well. I definitely would like to put some behind that fence. The only problem with that is that I have to weed it as well, and it's really, really bad in there. And I'm kind of been tired of been weeding for months now. But other than that, no, I'm really happy. Everything else is looking so good. I'd like to, you know, at least have at least 2 plants per hole. I like to plant 3 seeds, but would like to have 2 plants. And again, this one here, 3 plants of Connecticut field, doing awesome, awesome. These are huge. I mean, that one's already bigger than my hand. I'm not going to touch it because I just sprayed those this morning for powdery mildew. Oh, and it's kind of funny because I thought this year the worst thing would be, looks so nice, that the worst thing would be the insects. But I was wrong. The insects haven't been that much of a problem. I think now what's happening is diseases. So I'm just going to keep up my routine and do my best and hope these guys will be alright. Oh, and in the holes that have gone bad, like the Hubbard squash here, and then the 2 Seminal Pumpkins, and maybe that Seminal Pumpkin over there. Maybe I'll put watermelons in there. Alright, so that's the garden update for August 7th. Got a lot of thinking to do. For now, signing off. Okay, today's August 9th, 2012. And Chris is out here with me again, sweeping up the pumpkin patch. And notice we got the final tarp in. This is the evening time, so sun is setting. And the pumpkin patch is doing wonderful. Now, remember those diseased ones I talked about last time? I took them out. And Chris helped me to plant some watermelon seeds in here. So we got a whole new map. So these 2 are going to be, that one's Sugar Baby, that one's going to be Moon and Stars. We took out the Hubbards, and unfortunately, so I'm trying one called Boston Marrow. And I smell barbecue. Somebody's cooking something delicious somewhere.
We'll trade a pumpkin for some barbecue.
Yeah. And so I replanted this with African wine kettles and played the cannonball. Let's see, I still have my map out here because we just redid this. Okay, so that hole is 3 different types of plants. We got a Scarchuck squash, which is something I got for free in that order from Sandhill Preservation. Connecticut Field, a Dickinson, and that's it. And in this one is a mix of African wine kettle and cannonball gourds again. Hard-shelled gourds, and that one's a swan gourd. And the cages are working out. The seeds haven't, or the plants haven't been munched on. And this one over here has a one of the fragrant melons has come up right there, but the cacti or oil pumpkins, we had to plant 2 more seeds because they're really difficult to sprout. They're actually kind of hard to grow. And this is going to be the sitting area. I am going to lay down just a little bit more tarp all the way to that post there, and I'm going to be doing a little aesthetic art project still for something special. Maybe in the next update you'll get to see what I'll be doing with that. I still need to pull out the ivy gourd. That's gonna come out. And I'm having second thoughts about the sunflowers going in this last square foot row.
That's one of those squash bugs.
Ew!
Right there.
Yes, I see it. Is he still there?
Yeah. There he is. Right there. Die!
Yeah! Size 12 foot! Okay, so all the educational value just went out of the show.
And that's why we call them squash bugs.
Yeah. He just found a whole nest of them in the ivy gourd, and I haven't been spraying it because I haven't cared, so more reason to get rid of it. And we did spray just to kill some of them. Now they're all walking around. The last thing I need is for them to walk in here and get in my pumpkin plants. So we're gonna rip that out. And as I was saying,
It's the bug's fault.
I love him. He's great. Okay, yeah, we're both pretty aggressive. Anyways, sunflowers. I'm not sure if I should plant a whole row of sunflowers here. Well, it's not going to be a whole row because I am going to keep these black buckets. I'm actually going to bring some more because I want to grow more hard-shelled gourds along this fence. So, still haven't decided if sunflowers would be a good idea in between the rows of buckets I'm going to have. Any ideas? Comments? What do you guys think? And this weedy mess back here behind my husband here is going to be pulled out and yanked out too, and it's going to be a small sunflower patch, so that will definitely be nice. Hopefully no chickens will get into that. And I ordered some stuff online from Kohl's for Halloween decorations, and we've been buying a few fall and Halloween things, so I'll do a He's still stepping on the bugs.
I'll quit stepping when it quits moving.
Yeah. So, I'll do a video later on to show the different things that we've gotten and what we might put up this year. Alright, that's it for this week. Happy Halloween garden, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.